So first of all, I basically have the same build order, where I get down 4 barracks, and then I throw a tech lab on my first one to get stim. So there's my 4 barracks and stim. And then from here, if I'm facing mass stalkers, I want to get out mass marauders. And if I'm facing mass void rays, I want to just pump out marines with stim. So the one problem here is I don't know what I'm up against. I really think I should scout earlier, because I think I can tell from his base what he's up to. If I come into his base and I see obviously only 1 gateway and the cyber core isn't spinning, and 2 gas, I mean, all those things tip me off that he's teching towards void rays. I mean, what else could it be? Like, if he were teching towards like DTs, he would still have more gateways. On the same note, if I come in and he is spinning the cyber core, I don't see anyone doing a void ray rush and getting warp gates at the same time. It seems counterintuitive to spend all that money on 2 things when the warp gates won't really come in handy with the void ray rush. So I think my first problem is not getting a scout in here. So I'm going to start throwing a scout in earlier. Working on my door, I think I did an okay job there. I've had maybe a few more SCVs off the line than I needed, but that was more or less okay. So what I could have, had I gotten the scout in, I would have known it's void race. I would not have gotten this second tech lab. I would have just started pumping marines from these 3 barracks when complete, and pumping marines from this barracks when complete. And then researching stim pack at my first tech lab. So stop it here when the first void ray is in. First of all, the reason he slaughtered these first marines so much is kind of the mechanics of void rays is where they kind of charge up. I thought they lost the charge when they switch units, but they don't. So what he did is he charged up on this barracks, got to his level 2 or level 3 attack, whatever it is for void rays now. So when I finally did attack with my marines, he's doing extra high damage to them. And you can see where 3 marines might probably take down half his hit points. At full charge, it didn't even get through his shields. Next thing, throwing up turrets in the back. I mean, it'll be okay versus mutas that have a range of 3, but we got a range of 6 on void rays, so especially since I never got the range upgrade. Dumb idea, just a waste of minerals. Throwing down a reactor this early, probably not smart either. All that lost time where I had this barracks not working was not worth getting this reactor on. If anything, if I want to pump out more, I should add just a 5th barracks, and then I can worry about the add-ons later after I've gotten control of my base. Also, on that same note, maybe spending money on orbital command isn't a smart idea, because yes, an early orbital command pays for itself pretty quickly, but it hasn't paid for itself yet. And that 150 minerals would probably be better spent on getting my marine count up, and then once I have control, I can worry about getting the orbital command then. Perhaps the same idea for Stimpack. I know it turns out I didn't even get Stimpack this game, but I have an idea that Stimpack probably won't be done in time for a Void Ray Rush, although it is super effective. Something I'll probably have to play with, whether it's worth it or not. Maybe one air turret just right on my front line, just so he can't move straight in and charge up. If I have an air turret blocking him, that'll force him to swing around behind and charge up maybe on the refinery, which will buy me a precious, 10-20 seconds. So these are all things I consider when I walk at a replay, and it's really good practice. I mean, obviously this is specific to this game, but in any game you can watch replays and see where you made mistakes and see things you want to change for next time. So my focus for next game is definitely going to be on getting an early scout in here, so I know if I'm up against Stalker Rush or Void Ray Rush, because those are the only 2 things that can really hurt me early game. and then building from my barracks accordingly, getting 4 quick barracks and either pumping up Marauders or Marines depending on what I'm up against, and really making good use of the minerals. You can also see at this point I kind of panicked and I also pooled up 1,000 resources. So maybe building a couple barracks in the back of my base behind these air turrets who could keep me in the game. Because it is still 1 base versus 2 base, and even if he did a lot of damage, I could keep myself in the game if I can just keep myself alive. Perhaps another idea is instead of putting a supply depot here, I could put a barracks to block this area. It should buy me more time. Yes, the stalker can attack the barracks without being in range of the planetary. But I then, at the same time, I can repair the barracks from here and have coverage. My SCVs will... my repairing SCVs will get covered by the fortress if he tries to move in to kill them. So it can buy me time that way. And time is basically what I need to stop stalkers from coming up this ramp. Yeah, so just a lot of random thoughts I'm just throwing out here. And I think if nothing else from this video, you can see the value of reviewing replays that you lose. You can find improvements in your game in replays that you win, but I think in the ones you lose, it's definitely the ones that you gotta like swallow your pride, load them up, watch yourself dying all over again, but look at it constructively and see why you died. Like figure out why, and then next step is to figure out how to counteract that why. If that makes sense. So yeah, I think I'm going to call an end to this video. I hope it was somewhat informative. I know it's not exciting, and it kind of sucks for me watching myself die, but at the same time, I think it's something that can really improve your game. Alright, thanks everyone. Bye.